Hi guys, it's Heather and I am back for another video today. If you guys clicked on this video, you all have the same question I once did, and that was, how in the world do you get your first bestseller on Etsy? What is this unicorn of a thing that happens to other stores that's just not happening to my store? Now personally, I have had over 20 bestseller items on Etsy, and every month I have about 10 bestseller items per month on Etsy, which ultimately generates my organic sales, and that's how I keep having a consistent income on Etsy that makes it a full-time business for me. There's many reasons why you would like to get a bestseller badge on Etsy, and one of those is it generates the most organic traffic that you can get on Etsy. A lot of people will purchase your item because your item's going to show up first in the listings on the Etsy search. I know you guys just want to know, how in the world do you get a best-selling item on Etsy? Essentially, the way to get the bestseller badge is getting about 40 to 50 sales on that one item within a month, getting high reviews, and getting a bunch of favorites on that item as well. However, I will say the bestseller badge is dependent on what category you're in. Personally, in the categories that I'm in, which is t-shirts and sweatshirts, I have to get about over 50 sales on that one item within a given month. My top 3 tips for getting the bestseller badge is you need to have the big 3. The big 3 is titles, tags, and mockups. You need to have good SEO, and you need to have a good picture that people are gonna click on your item and they're gonna wanna buy it. People are shopping very visually. Whatever they see, they're gonna buy if they really like what they see. If your mockups look like the mockups that Printify or Printful offers, these mockups are not good enough. I'm going to do a breakdown of the big 3. The number one thing is you want to have good SEO, which is your titles and tags. So the first part of big 3 is the title. You want to make sure that you are putting enough keywords into your title that people will find you on Etsy. If your title is t-shirt or short sleeve t-shirt, for example, and it has no part of the category that you're in, such as teacher category, then people are just not going to find your product. Personally, I use long tail keywords and also short tail keywords in my Etsy listings. Long tail keywords are basically, for example, if we're going into the teacher niche, we will write 4th grade teacher shirt gift for teacher, and then we'll put a comma. Short tail keywords, for example, would be teacher shirt, comma, gift for teacher, comma. So these are about 2 to 3 word phrases. Long tail keywords are about 4 to 6 word phrases. I generally use both long tail keywords and short tail keywords just so I'm hitting the Etsy algorithm whenever it decides to change itself. So another method that I would suggest trying, title stuffing. So that's just stuffing in a bunch of keywords into your title. The next question you may have is, how should I separate my keywords? Should I use a comma? Should I use a vertical bar? Should I use a space? Should I use a semicolon? All of these are great choices, but I just use the simple comma. In certain titles, I've used no commas at all, and those have been bestsellers. What's the most important thing is that you're hitting those keywords. Niche down keywords, you want broad keywords, and then you also want micro niche keywords in your titles. So personally, if I were doing a retro 5th grade teacher shirt, that would be the beginning of the title. I would put gift for teacher, comma, back to school, new teacher shirt, comma, future t-shirt shirt, graduation gift for teacher. When people are searching on Etsy, you need to understand your audience, and most of Etsy's audience is based for gift giving. So a lot of people are looking not for items for themselves, they're looking for gifts for other people. When I'm making my tags and titles, I'm essentially writing it as if I am personally searching up a gift for my family member or my friend that's graduating soon. Most of your customers on Etsy are going to be gift givers. Of course, there's many other type of shoppers on Etsy, but my personal experience, a lot of people buy for others on there. Etsy is such a gift-giving platform that's when we'll see the most spikes in sales. You'll see a huge spike in sales in May and June because of Mother's Day, Father's Day. Then on top of that, we have graduation season. And then in August and September, you'll see another spike because that's another gift-giving month where people are getting ready for the holiday season to give gifts, and then they're also buying for graduation season once again. So the second part of the big 3 is tags. You need to make sure you're using all 13 tags and trying to add in as many keywords as is allotted in the characters of the tag. What I like to do is I like to use all 20 characters of the tags the most creative way I can. You want to have broad keywords and then a narrow keyword and then a micro niche keyword. When we're looking at broad keywords, one of my favorite examples is always teacher shirts. Teacher shirts is a broad category. That would be my first category I would put down. Then I would put new teacher shirt, teacher grad shirt, gift for teacher. Then we're gonna narrow our niche down. So instead of just teacher shirt, we will put music teacher, geometry teacher, English teacher, math teacher. And then if we want to micro niche down, we could always do first grade math or second grade English. These are more micro niches that can attract more of a smaller audience to get your item seen higher in the Etsy algorithm. I would be careful using the micro niche terms. Personally, I only use 1 or 2 of those in my tags, and most of my other tags are broad and narrow niche. So essentially, we're just using all 13 keywords, and I would suggest testing different keywords in the niche you're in. One of the other types of tags that you need in the listing is your product type. So if you're selling a mug versus a t-shirt versus a sweatshirt, you want to make sure that you're putting it in there. By all means, do not put random products into your tags. Etsy's algorithm also rates your item in the search dependent on how relevant it is to the customer's search criteria. So if you put mug in the keyword or in the tags for an item that's a t-shirt, then Etsy is going to give you negative points in that category, and you might not see your Etsy listing in that category that the customer is searching anymore. And that could be because your item is just not relevant to what a customer is searching for. There are so many different tags and titles that you can use, so definitely expand your reach, expand your audience, and try different ones, test different ones out. If you find a listing that really works with the tags and titles, then definitely just copy all of that and move it to your next listings that you're creating. So the third part of Big 3 that is the absolute most important for your store is mockups. The mockups that Printify and Printful generate for you just will not cut it. I know a lot of people love using those, and I've seen that in a lot of new beginner-friendly stores, which is great and all to get product out. It is just not that great to sell your item with. I made one sale that was my first sale with one of Printful's mockups, and it did work for my first sale. However, to generate consistent sales, you need to purchase mockups. My issue was starting out, I did not want to spend $5 on a mockup. To me, $5 on a mockup meant food that I could have gotten for dinner, or coffee, or something else that I could have purchased instead of $5 for a digital item. I thought it was insane that people were spending $5 to $10 per mockups, but now as a business owner, I've realized that these are the investments we need to make on our brand and on our items to essentially get those sales we need. Now, to me, $5 on a mockup is a no-brainer. I will spend $5 up to $20 on a bundle of mockups just to get my store to the next level and be able to post on my social media accounts and also have high-selling Etsy items. There are many other stores that you can go to that only sell mockups for $1, or you can buy bundles of mockups. There are a few mockups you can buy that are only $1, only $2, but personally, I would not spend lower than $1 for a mockup. Some of those mockups just aren't as good, and they relatively will attract less customers. Personally, some of my favorite mockup stores are Dolly Mocks, Moody Mocks, Luna Jane Mocks, and Kindred Mockup Studio. I believe that these are super high quality mockups for a store and show your customers that these are high quality items. If the mockup is just not good, your customers will not buy it. You could have the best title, you could have the best tags, and your items showing up in the Etsy algorithm, but the one thing that's going to convert your viewer or visitor into a customer is going to be that mockup. After watching this video and you believe that you have all of the big 3 on your listing, but you're not getting any sales, and you don't understand why you're not getting any sales at this point, it may be a few of these factors that I'm going to list below. First of all, you don't have any reviews. So you may have the best titles, tags, and mockups for your listing. However, you don't have any reviews on your account. So people will just not buy because they don't have trust in your store. Honestly, one of my easy fixes to this is posting on social media, making a Facebook post to your friends and family, emailing or messaging a few friends or family and asking for them to purchase and do a review. However, I will say you can get your Etsy store shut down if, let's say, your mom that you live with or dad that you live with purchases from your site and it's underneath the same IP address as your store. I would suggest steering clear of having immediate family that you live with or significant other that you're living with. Try to get someone who has a different IP address to purchase from your Etsy store and give you that first review. Another issue that you may experience is that your design is just too complicated. I personally would work hours and hours on just one design. I would post it and I would think, wow, this is going to be the best-selling design. This is going to be the one that sells $10,000 in revenue. And that design always ended up not being the design that sold the most. The reason why it didn't sell the most is because my design was simply too complicated. Doing the most basic design, just even one-word designs, actually sell the most on Etsy. Some are complex, but those don't generally do as well, but those just have not generally done as well for my shop in specific. Another issue you may experience is the design isn't that great. And I hate to say that, but sometimes it's good to just go back to the drawing board, create a new design, and figure out how to design best-selling items. Speaking of which, I actually have a video on how I personally design my best-selling t-shirts. You can view that up here. My first best-selling item was actually the item I thought was the ugliest design I have ever done. And when I posted it, I said to myself, you know what? Now I'm getting desperate. I'm just posting this item and we'll see how it does. So it gained traction very quick. In about a week or two, I got a bunch of sales coming in from it. A month later, I got the bestseller badge. And then people started posting pictures of it saying how much they loved it and how that was my bestseller. It still is my bestseller. I still sell this design multiple times a month and it keeps getting the bestseller badge every month or every other month, which is insane to think to me that if I never posted this design, that I would never be getting the revenue I do from this one design. This one design has generated me over $20,000 in revenue in the past year. The key takeaway from my first bestseller story is that you are literally one design away from your bestseller. I am happy to answer any questions you guys have. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe on your way out. Besides that, thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys all in my next video.